So first off, let me get you my contact info. It'll be in the description, as well as I'll put a comment too, so you can get in touch with me over here in Vietnam. It's an encrypted email address, so it's majorsafetyteam@protonmail.com. Majorsafetyteam@protonmail.com. So here at my facility, we got some events going on. I got people running around behind me. So it's alive, so you never know what'll happen. But if you see somebody looking in behind me, it's because we got stuff going on in the rest of the building. So I just want to drop a quick live about, because on the last live discussing Vietnam, I said I would bring more lives about, thank you, bring more lives about Vietnam, specifically moving or relocating to the area, to the region. This is for people who are seriously considering moving from whatever country they're in to Vietnam. Now, the title, Black People Moving to Vietnam, question mark, the answer, yes. And I use black people just as a phrase. It's not who I am, it's not who you probably are, and if you're not heavily melanated, you definitely ain't. Use some ebonics here. But brown people, you know, they say black, okay, that's just a stage name, I guess. But it's in the title, Black People, are they moving to Vietnam? And the answer is yes. A whole bunch of folks moving into the region because either they heard about it or someone they know, you know, has visited or actually met a Vietnamese person and then, you know, got some friendships here, relationship, and they got some help here. Or like me, they just said, yo, I researched the country, found out some interesting things there, and it looks great, wonderful, and nice, and I want to go check it out. Now, boom, I'm here. So yeah, we here. Not everywhere. We are truly the minority here. Unlike America, where they just been pulling the wool over our eyes over that way, but you are truly a minority here. Now, the question is that a good thing? The answer is absolutely. They don't have the same cultural fabric as we do in the States, so they don't care about all of the things that the States care about. It's a whole different 360 over here. So yes, there are a lot of melanated folks venturing this way, and they're checking out the location, and they're finding out that this is a fit for them. Is it a fit for everybody? No, nothing's going to be a fit for everybody. Is it one of the options you should check out if you're looking? Absolutely. Why? Because as far as brown people are concerned, or the cliche catchphrase, black people are concerned, you're not going to have to be overly concerned with police brutality here, with the typical racism issues that you might encounter in a lot of other regions. And it's not just America. People have racism issues even when they look the same. You know, this clan against this clan. So like I always say, as long as people are walking around, you're gonna have problems. But I will say this, that over here in Vietnam, where I've traveled throughout Vietnam, I haven't been everywhere yet. I haven't encountered any negative, yo, you ain't in the right spot, you need to roll up out, that was aimed at me. I haven't encountered any of that type of activity whatsoever. So that's an upside. Over here, Miss Cherry, it's your time, but I'm 12 hours ahead of you in the next day. So it's your evening time over there, 11, 12 o'clock. It's my time, afternoon, that same time. But yeah, y'all, you see, I can just flow with it. Y'all like my teleprompter. I have no script. I have what's in my head, and then I see something pop up, and then bam. Okay, yeah, it's tomorrow already. So I told y'all, yo, today is really yo now. So I'm in the future, so to speak. I'm time traveling on you, 12 hours ahead of you right now in another region. So yeah, for melanated peoples, this is a cool spot. Well, you got the beach. Well, where I'm at, okay? If you look up Win Young City, Vietnam, that's Quynhon. That is pronounced Win Young. Some people say Q Young, but I say Win Young. That's what they tell me it's how it's pronounced. You got the beachfront here, you got the ocean. Everything, just about everywhere, is literally like 5 minutes from the beach. Like no matter which part of town you go to in the city, you're about 5 minutes in any direction, 6, 7 minutes tops from the beach. If you're in a car, you're gonna move a little slower. If you're on a motorbike, you're gonna zoom through all the traffic and dodge and bob and weave through everything and get there quicker. So one of the questions people were asking me why I went ahead and made that title, Black People Moving to Vietnam, is because people have been asking me the question. So I want to address it. A lot of people have fears about moving to a certain place, especially some foreign spot. You know why? Because you don't know anything about it. That's called an occult. This country could be an occult location for you. The word occult just means you don't know what's going on there, so you're an outsider, so it's basically an occult. Every country you haven't been to is an occult until you go find out what's going on, and then it becomes just a thing. It's nothing. So that not knowing is what fears most people. So I'm here doing lives and doing videos about it so you can know more about it. So Black people, brown people, whoever we is, okay? I know who I is. Do you know who you is? Us folks, and this message is for everybody, but I'm just particularly pointing out some of us because the questions were coming from us. So a lot of Caucasian white people, they're already traveling here. They're going everywhere. Malaysia, Philippines, they're going everywhere, checking everything out. Thailand, they just legalized marijuana over there in Thailand. You just roll up and buy it on the street. You know, it's coming straight from the field. Now, why would I say that? Oh, Major, you're into that? I'm into natural cures, however they may exist in a natural environment. So that's one of them. Blood pressure issues, heart issues, whole bunch of insomnia, all kind of stuff can be cured with that, I'm so sure. Or it can be treated with that. And I'm not a medical physician making a medical claim. I'm just saying my opinion is you could do that. But everything in this region for brown people is a positive. Here's why. We're not the normal thing over here. So everywhere I go, I'm looked at like the paparazzis follow me. It's like, huh? Who is that? Wow. You know, if I just sit down on the floor and do a breakdance move, I'm like Spectacular Superman or something over here. Everything is extra pronounced. Now, it's not because they haven't seen brown people before, ever. It's just you're kind of an anomaly over this way. Now, when you go to Ho Chi Minh City, which the other name for that is Saigon. You've seen that. If you haven't been anywhere, you've at least seen it in the movies. Saigon, the other name for it is Ho Chi Minh. Ho Chi Minh was the name of the guy, the leader that led them to victory over during the Vietnam War and stuff like that. It's a long story. It's a whole bunch of twists to it, who he really was. But anyway, into that some other time. But Ho Chi Minh and Saigon are the same place. That's one of the big cities, and so is Hanoi. And there's a lot of other big cities. So when you go to those cities, you'll find it never sleeps. It's like New York City on steroids. Things are moving constantly. That's where you're gonna find more of your hip hop vibe, more of your young people dance trends and all kind of club activity, club life and stuff like that, nightlife stuff. But then you're also gonna find a lot of more business oriented activities, as well as opportunities for employment, starting your own business, so on and so forth. Just a lot of people are there everywhere. So there are opportunities. There's no disadvantage to being melanated in Vietnam, other than if you just do something stupid. and get in trouble for it. So there's no racial bias, so to speak. You're more of an occult. We don't know nothing about you. We don't know you. And so as people watch you over time in the area that you're in, if you were here, they would get to gather, thoughts about who you are and what you do and kind of your makeup. And then you actually will find out they invite you in for food, beer. They'll invite you into their home. They'll make a bunch of food for you. You'll sit on the floor, or if they sit at a table, whatever, and they'll just kind of invite you into the family, just right off the cuff, right off the rip. I've had that happen so many times. Total strangers, people you don't know, you're just a different person, and they're curious. And if you speak a word or two in Vietnamese, all of a sudden you got friends all over the spot. So I feel really comfortable anywhere in Vietnam. I'm not joking or anything. I'm being totally honest. Anywhere I go in Vietnam, I don't care if it's a village that look like a third world country or in the city, I feel so confident that I can talk to just about any Vietnamese person somewhere, get some assistance. They will invite me in for some food. I'm sure they will let me stay at their house overnight if I needed it. And that's to a person I don't even know. Maybe they speak a little English. Maybe I know just enough Vietnamese to, and I got my phone translator. And if I tell them something, they're not going to just like push me. They're going to find a way to help me. I've seen Vietnamese people do that. They've done that for me before. And I was in an area that I didn't know anybody. So it's very friendly country. You should never feel like you're looking over your back all the time. You really aren't worried about, I don't worry about getting robbed or carjacked or bike jacked or any kind of jack, because I ain't seen no jacking going on around here. It does happen, I'm sure. Thefts happen everywhere in the world, but in the last 9 years I've been coming here, and the last 6 months or whatever I've been living here, no problem. I mean, living here full time, I have never experienced anything like that today. So that's kind of some of the side story stuff. Like, is it safe? Yes. Every place is as safe as you keep it safe for yourself. But is it safe, like compared to news headlines in the U.S. or so? Yeah, it's a lot safer. People, you're not finding people are up all times of night over here, hanging out on the front porch, just chilling. The cafes stay open late all on the street. So the neighborhood you live in or businesses along there too, it's kind of difficult for stupid stuff to happen without anybody seeing it. So you always got eyes on over here. In America, you ain't got no eyes on unless it's you or that camera you got, and all you're going to be doing is calling the police to go find out what already happened. You ain't going to see nothing happen or stop nothing from happening. Find out after the fact. Over here, you always got that nosy neighbor that's always in everybody's business. It's that old lady, or it's an old Vietnamese lady on every street, if not 3 or 4 of them over here. So some people that know what I'm talking about probably be laughing right now, because everywhere you go is nosy Vietnamese. The downside about Vietnam is that the people in their culture, they gossip a lot. The upside is, I don't know what the hell they're saying because I don't speak Vietnamese fluently, so it don't really matter. But I know from my wife and others, they gossip about the most trivial things, like little nothings that me and you would just be like, I ain't got time to even have a thought about that. They will run that out for days on end. I mean, if I do something in my wife's village, now it's a lot of people there. When I say village, it's not like 10 people there. I mean, it's like thousands of people in a village, right? If I do something, give someone something, like help somebody. Like I saw a bunch of people working in the rice fields one day, just to give you an example. I had a bunch of cans of 7-Up and Coca-Cola, and I had bought it just for the purpose of, I'm like, yo, these people be working hard. These is grown women. These women are old enough to be my mom, okay? And they working in the rice field all day in the sun. I'm like, Okay, I can appreciate that. Matter of fact, I can appreciate so much more like sitting down eating some rice because they out there working to get the right, like wow, that's a lot going on. Just to get, I watch them get the rice fields prepared. Everything they do is by hand. They bring everything by hand. Most of the time you'll see women doing this work, older women, and they do it year after year after year, day after day after day, and that's what they do. That's all they do. It's not even a big deal to them. That's just what they do. So I was like, yo, let me get them some cool drinks or something, so I dropped them off some drinks in the morning. I was like, appreciate your hard work. I didn't say it like that because they wouldn't understand me. I'm just saying it for y'all so y'all know what I told them to tell them. And y'all keep, do your thing pretty much. And so by the next day, the whole half side village knew the black man who gave them some drinks. And so the talk of the town for a couple of weeks was so quickly over here when a foreigner were to does anything like that. If I do that in America, it's like, yeah, you got any more? It really ain't too cold. Can you get one? I was really wanting, Coca-Cola instead of Pepsi. You don't know how to do it over there. Don't appreciate nothing. Over here, it's the opposite. So as far as black people, brown people, any kind of people coming over here and maneuvering around and doing what you need to do and what you want to do is very easy. Ain't nobody messing with you. It's more, I found more ups than downs over here regarding being a foreigner and being a melanated foreigner coming into their region. It's been a all positive experience for me with the people. Of course, the only thing that becomes difficult is doing paperwork or business with them because they do the long way around. It's not going to be a come knock out some stuff real quick and then you're done. You pay for it, get your thing, and you go. No, that's going to be a little challenge. But outside of their cultural way of doing things, which you kind of blend into, and you can bring your own and blend it into theirs and kind of show them some of yours and they show you some of theirs. But first, you got to take coming over here, learning what's going on first. Because if you go to any country and you just think you're going to bring your thing in there without learning their thing, you probably really underestimating, the possibility of you not enjoying yourself anymore. So it's like the old saying, when in Rome, does the Romans do. So you don't have to be a Roman. You just kind of got to do as they do in Rome because that's how it goes. So other than that, guys, ladies and gents, if you were going to come somewhere and set up shop and just get over here and you didn't have much resources left and say you landed in Saigon or big city Hanoi. Hanoi is a little different. North Vietnamese is a little different than South. They're a little more difficult in the North. So just know that. If you meet a woman from North Vietnam, you better go do a lot of research on all that situation first. They're a little bit more difficult with how they do things. They're real bossy, stuff like that. Try to push you around. That's their culture. So I don't have nobody from the North Vietnam side in my crew. If I did, anyway. So as far as coming over here and you just had little resources and you was like, how am I going to do this kind of thing? If you land in a big city like Saigon or something, get set up with limited resources, you in the mix. As long as your mind know how to create opportunities, it's opportunity everywhere. So a lot of the people that come here that are foreigners, they only come here to do teaching jobs or work for a company. They don't really go out. And I'm in another brother in Saigon, his name is Jackson. He's got a club. As a matter of fact, I'm going to the grand opening in Saigon in a day or so. He's opening his club. It's called, hang on, it just flew straight out. One came in one ear and went out the other. He's from, not Switzerland. Is he from Switzerland? Yeah, he's from Switzerland. I'm tripping. It's called The Swiss House. It's a club, lounge. He got all kinds of stuff going on, kind of like my building. The only difference is he set up shop in Saigon, which is really busy. I mean, the street he's on is so busy. Yo, if you don't get no business up in there, you don't need to get no business because there's all kind of business. Now, he's darker than me. He's big, got the muscles and stuff, and he does his whole thing is hip hop, like the hip hop culture over there. He got all these young people coming to his spot before it's opening up. They already getting ready to pile up in there. So he's brought that culture to the forefront there. It's other places throughout that do that as well, but it's not a lot of brown folks that open up shop and do stuff like that. But if you did, there's a huge market of people that want that style. Now, I'm further away from a big city. I'm in a tourist city by the beach, of course. So they more laid back. They haven't even yet arrived at the hip hop thing yet. They know about the music and stuff, but in Saigon, yo, they doing the dances, they twerking, they got twerk groups and they be doing competition. So they on some other stuff. It ain't quite made it here yet. It will eventually, but that's why I'm here. We're gonna, I'm the pioneer. Somebody got to put down the work, put down the train tracks for the choo-choo train to go on. So that's what I'm doing. So there's a lot of opportunity to open a business. You come learn the culture, and then you say you love to cook. Do you know you can't get no, now they got American food in Saigon and Hanoi. They got burger joints. They got they selling Mexican food. It's a Mexican restaurant somewhere, a couple of them. In the high-end districts is District 1, District 2. That's where you got all the money going on. I mean, big money. But you also have it going on around Ho Chi Minh City, District 10. They building a big, I think it's called Aqua World or Aqua City. They building a whole city inside the city, yachts and stuff. They got the boats where you can pull your yacht up. They got $500,000 and $1 million villas they building, people buying up. So there's a whole bunch of money stuff going on. And the reason why I'm saying all this is because as far as the street game, as far as getting on the street and hustling and making your way, yeah, that's all to do here. You learn how the money works, how to speak numbers. It's real easy to learn the numbers. I could teach you that. Real easy to say how to say hello, goodbye, how are you? Certain things you'll need to know, but for sure, you really can come over here and make money without bringing a lot of money. Yo, cause I'm the bucket and a bucket of water and a rag mentality dude. I'll work it from the bucket, washing cars on the street, work it up to $1 million operation in a couple of years. I've done it before. I've done that very thing before. That's where I got that bucket mentality from. It's if all else fails, you're gonna see me with a bucket, a rag, and some soap and some towels, and I'll be out here hustling, detailing cars on the street, whatever I got to do to pull myself back up. But I'm not doing that no more. But I have the skill set. I have that wisdom level because I've done those types of things so many times before in my life to where I've had to create my own entities. So, and when you create your own problem solving tools, once you get used to doing that, you don't rely on employment anymore. Maybe you have to be employed and do something on your own, but you can do that. So if you love cooking, you can look, okay, so where I'm at, they don't know nothing about chicken and waffles. They don't even eat waffles like we eat waffles in the States. Nothing we eat over there, they eat like that over here, okay? So it may be a harder sell out further from the big cities, but like Saigon, if you get in position and you open up a little hole in the wall soul food joint, it's enough people from America, India, all kind of places, Africa, all the Uganda, all kind of spots. They all in Ho Chi Minh City. So I'm not an anomaly in Ho Chi Minh City or Saigon at all. It's a lot of us, but there's still limited number of melanated folks in the region. Like, so when you're driving down the street in Saigon, you'd be reluctant to find somebody look like me or somebody look like you if you melanated. You really would be like, where they at? Where they at? But now nightlife, go into the right areas where the right restaurants are and people that have opened up businesses, foreigners that now you're going to find us venturing into some of those spots. So we're still not everywhere at all, but there's more in the big city than out in the outlying areas. The reason why I chose here is because the beach, the ocean, the view, and the cost of living. So could you imagine, let's put it to you like this. Could you imagine purchasing, like, say, a 2-bedroom? So over here, you purchase an apartment. You can rent them too, but you can buy your apartment because a lot of your housing in Vietnam is vertical. Everything's vertical living. There's not too many flats around unless you go out into the village, countryside, and buy you some land and build whatever you want to build, however you want to build it. Now, you can buy a piece of land out there in the village area for $25,000. Before it was, now land ain't cheap over here. For $25,000 in America, I could buy an acre. If catch somebody slipping, I might be able to buy 1.5 acres, 2 acres, right? Over here, you're gonna buy a rectangle piece of land, maybe about 100 foot long by 40 foot wide, maybe. That's what you're buying for that kind of money. But over here, that's a big piece of land. So you don't have a big front yard and grass to cut and all that. They don't do all that over here. You will never own a lawnmower in Vietnam unless you put some grass in. But that's not even a traditional thing they do with housing. So there's a whole bunch of stuff here that the culture so different. Even when you live here, you live different. You have less maintenance. You have these buildings are built out of concrete. All the floors are granite. In the States, they charge you all kind of money to put granite everywhere, right? Over here, that's just like carpet. That's what they use. They don't use carpet. They don't use wood floors. They have it, you can get it, but there's no carpet here. So there's just a myriad of experiences you would get to actually visit by coming here, to the point where you could sum up for yourself a lot of positive things that a tourist wouldn't see because they're here to have fun and then go. But if you were trying to relocate and you came to visit, you could flip everything differently and go, wow, this is, so I can rent that whole building with 4 floors and 6 rooms and 4 bathrooms in that whole building. I can rent that for $500 a month. Wait a second. And it got a kitchen downstairs. I can rent all that for $500 a month or $450 USD. Yeah, you could. That stuff exists here. Now, you go to Saigon and you want to get the same size joint as, say, I do over here. You may be paying $2,000 a month. So the big city versus being further out is a lot different. And so those are things you have to take in to consideration on what your budget is versus, you know what, y'all need to get y'all plane ticket, get your visa and your passport and stuff. I can help you get the visa. I got a guy, and I got to give one of the viewers my guy's information so they can contact him. But y'all need to take a trip over here, like a big field trip, and then I'll host it, right? I'll show you around. I'll put you up somewhere so you can save a little money. You ain't gotta, as long as it ain't like 20 or 30 of you coming at the same time. But I'll put you up in my building. You have sleeping quarters, nice safe place to be, blah, blah, blah. Show you around, and we'll do a field trip. That'll be a good video, okay? So plane tickets to get over here, probably, well, you gotta check because summertime they're higher. They come down after the kids get back in school. So I think last time somewhere around 16, 17, 1800 a ticket round trip. That's one time I paid 2,300 a ticket. So it just depends on, but you know, if you think about $2,300 to get all the way from there to all the way to here and then go back, that's a cheap field trip. You know what I'm saying? That's a cheap field trip to me. So, you know, plane tickets, let me see, y'all asking some questions. maybe let's do some question and answer some questions that way. Let's see. Miss Cherry got my piece of the pie. No, not yet. I'm actually creating the pie. You know what I'm saying? I got the spatula, I got the butter, the margarine, I got the lard, I got all that stuff, got the ingredients, but I'm still getting the pie part taken care of. But you selling it, Major? Yeah, I know. It's it's because I'm living it. It's like, it's not even I write it all down and then no, it's like y'all know I'm living it. It's a trip because it's like firsthand account. It's not somebody trying to make some money off of you, like telling you, oh, do this because. No, it's like I live here. I transitioned here. I was on it for 9 years before I actually ended up over here, like the way I wanted to. So it's been a little journey in itself. It's not even been like, oh, I just decided to leave America and then I took off when y'all started seeing me doing videos about it. 9 years ago was the first time I set foot in Vietnam. So that's why I have a lot of experience in the region because I've gotten to be here so much and I've invested all those years to be here. Can you imagine how much in plane tickets I done invested prior to even coming here? So I done put it in. I've been putting in work. I put in work to come in here to do more work. So it's no joke about what I'm saying. It's a lovely place. There's going to be, also before I go any further, there's some ups and downs. Where don't you have that? What part of the world is that there is no downs? Because I'm headed there right now. I'm buying a ticket to the no downs. It don't exist, y'all. Look at the people in Hawaii, Maui and all that, chilling. Didn't that stuff happen? We can talk about that later, how it happened. But I think y'all see some videos about that. It's plenty of people jumping on that going, yo, they did this, they did that. So anyway, but you could be in a heavenly looking place and some stupid stuff happen. Same way here, same way there, same way wherever you go. End up moving to Alaska and then find out ain't no ice left. I mean, it's all kind of stuff could be happening. You can end up moving to Vietnam, find out it's a blizzard. Who knows? Crazy stuff happen all the time. Okay, hang on, let me see. Let's see, somebody said, who's that? Prince, Brooklyn, bring what, 5,000 pocket money? Yeah, cause 4,500 for me, all right? I'm gonna leave you 500 and I'm gonna teach you how to Dougie and let that 500 run out over a month. You just gotta let me know how long you're gonna be here. But yeah, 5,000 pocket money is plenty. What you're gonna wanna do as soon as you touch ground, you wanna convert some of that into VND currency, and then you're gonna actually make money off of that conversion when you take that USD and put it into VND, which is their money, Vietnamese dong. So for each dollar that you bring out of that 5,000, it's gonna convert to roughly 23,500 of their money. So $1 go 23.5. What can you buy with 23,500 in Vietnam? I'm gonna tell you, because I forgot to mention it on the other live. With 23,000, just say 20,000 VND. Wear a $20,000 note. Boy, I'll be racking up money over here. I'm so rich. I'm like Dave Chappelle. I'm rich. You know what I'm saying? Look, here 200,000 right here. Who got it? Yo, show me. You got some money? You ain't got no $200,000 bill, did you? Okay, 200. There, Ho Chi Minh right here. 200,000 right here. That's the equivalent of 10 US dollars. 200,000. Okay. 20,000. Now here's 100,000 right here. Shoot, I got 3 stacks right there. 300 grand. Come on, y'all. That's 100,000. That's equivalent of $5 US. They got a $10,000 note. They got 5. They got all kind of stuff. Ain't no change over here. So you ain't gonna hear nobody jingling down the street, or when they pass the plate at church, you ain't gonna hear nobody putting no quarters in there because they ain't got no change over here. It's all paper. It's it's plasticky. It's plastic. It's like a plastic note. See it? Yeah, it's hard to, it's a little more difficult to tear. It'll tear, but it's more water resistant and stuff. So at least they put some smartness into the, into the money over here. So fiat currency is fiat currency. But okay, let me get back on it. So 20,000 VND, when you convert that dollar, will do this for you. I can buy on the street, I can buy a cup of fresh squeezed orange juice. I can watch her squeeze the oranges. I can opt to don't put no sugar in there, don't put no ice, just squeeze the juice right there. So that one cup will be 15,000 VND. So you'll pay with 20,000, she's gonna give you 5 back. So really, you pay less than $1, roughly 75 cents for that cup of squeezed juice, fresh juice, right from the fruit. No additives, no nothing. On the street, you can buy a bowl of pho. Go to a little street food spot, the bowl of soup, the soup noodles where they put meat and stuff in there. You can put vegetables in there or whatever. That'll be roughly 20,000 VND. Some places in the village area, like 10,000, 15,000. So you can actually eat with that 20,000. So if you did that 3 times a day, you could eat 3 times a day for $3 at the right spots, a lot of street spots. And for another 40,000, you're gonna get your fresh squeezed juice throughout the day. So, you're spending $5 a day, eating well. Think about it, $5 a day, you ain't got no dishes to wash, you ain't got no grocery store to go to, you just eating street food. Now, once you find the right street food place where they clean, right? Because there's some dirty over here now. They be eating like they riding dirty too. So they idea of clean and your idea of clean is 2 different cleans. Now, I go to the spots where my idea of clean and they idea of clean is the same thing, okay? Or I cook at home, my wife will cook. So, but I've been to all of those spots. When I first got here, I was eating just like everybody else. Like, yo, I'm Andrew Zimmerman, let me try it. Bizarre foods. Oh yeah, what's that? Oh, that's a cuckoo caca. Okay, let me try that. Until one time I did get sick and it put me down for about 2 weeks. I was stuck in the bed over here for 2 weeks, I couldn't move, hurting so bad. So I've had that experience too. So I know what to look for and what not to go for in Vietnam. And it's not that because it looks a little rough that it's not the best place. It's just certain telltale signs you got to look for on the people that give you the best idea, just like you would in the States. You go up to somebody and their fingernails dirty and they serving food. No, we got to talk. As a matter of fact, we don't have to talk because the only person you need to talk to is a pair of nail clippers and some alcohol and some gloves. You need some latex right now. That's the only thing we need to talk about. So, it's little stuff like that you got to check out. But for the most part, the food. So here's the trick with any place that you go to Southeast Asia about food. If you a little leery, always go to the spots that got hot soup. Like the stuff is hot. I mean, steaming coming out the pot. That heat gonna kill everything, so you be all right, okay? Now, you go eating some cool, warm, kind of, room temperature stuff. I don't know, taking your chances right there. Outside of that, your money gonna go a long way here when it comes to food, when it comes to drinks. A can of Heineken, I gotta sell Heineken beer at my spot to be competitive, so to speak. If I'm got it open to the street traffic, which I don't, I'm booking appointments and we're renting rooms for events here. We just finished with a big event. So then another one's coming at 3:30. Y'all should be asleep by then. It'd be 3 a.m. your time. But we pre-sell whatever they order. And so, but just to give you an idea, when you go to a restaurant, you want an ice cold Heineken beer. If you just bought just that beer, it's like 20,000 VND. So 25,000, so $1 at the restaurant. So they drink cases of beer for dinner over here because the whole case probably, it's not that much, like $25 or something for a case of 24. But when I first started coming to Vietnam, beer was like 50 cents a can, like literally 50 cents on my money. So when I first started coming to Vietnam, even though I didn't drink, I was a drinker then, because for 50 cents, I'm like, oh yeah, give me another one. Yeah, sure, I'll take another one. This is fun. You know, I'm just buying beer just cause it's 50 cents. Inflation done hit stuff. Plus you gotta make some money, so people selling a little bit higher now. But you're not gonna be paying $5 for a beer or $3 or $4 for one beer. You know, it's gonna be like 75 cents to $1. And then as far as, let's see, so food, drink, real inexpensive. Traveling around the area, you can rent you a motorbike. I think they get $3 or $4 a day to rent a motorbike. It's not very much. If you know how to ride a bike, you can ride a motorbike. I will warn you, you better be prepared to ride like a Viking. You gotta come up in here like you own something, because that's how they ride over here. But once you see that going on and you're in an area that's not like a huge city, you can ride most places fairly easy. You can also get a taxi. Instead of Uber, they have a service over here called Grab. You can download the app, Grab. Look, when you call a Grab car over here for transportation, you better be ready to walk out your door and get right in the car after you push that app button. That's how fast they just come in, like 2 minutes. It's so many of them, they'll just be at your front door. They'll be waiting on you. He's like, wait, I just hung up the phone. I just ordered you. Yeah, I was right around the corner. So you might go from one end of town to the other and spend $1 to like $2. You know, so let's see, if you went from one end of the town to the other over here, you're probably literally only spending, you're gonna spend less than $5 to move around in a car, okay? Maybe $2 or $3 each way. So transportation is very inexpensive here. In Ho Chi Minh City, you can get taxis, Grab cars, they got all kind of services. So you can get around pretty easy as long as you know how to navigate your phone. Your mapping, your geo mapping or your Google map in your phone will already, when you turn on your location, it's gonna tell the app exactly where you are. The car knows exactly where to pick you up. Okay, you can do a snapshot of where you left from, so you got the address, and when you get to your destination and need to come back, you show them the address again or put it in the Grab app and it's gonna take you back. So you don't even have to know where you're going. I mean, you don't have to know the streets and all of the names and all of that stuff. You're never gonna figure that out. But as long as you know how to work your phone, you're gonna move all around the city, any city in Vietnam, just as easy as you could anywhere else in the world. So transportation is not an issue here. It's not expensive. I'm trying to give you some points so you can see, yo, if I even came there for a vacation, yo, I could get around with, you know, little or nothing, and you can. Now, because you're a foreigner, you may find some street vendors that charge you more than they would charge a Vietnamese, but you wouldn't know that because you don't know no Vietnamese that they charge less to. I know that they would do me like that, but they don't do it anymore because now they kind of know the brown guy moving around and they know I speak a little Vietnamese, so you can't get one over on me. But pointers for food would be, you know, the average price of a bowl of pho should be around 30, no more than 30,000 VND, you know, a couple of bucks. Drinks, no more than 30,000 for each. Should be less, but no more than that. Somebody tell you 100,000, you know, $5 for a drink. Be like, get out of my face. Go over here to the next spot. Learn a little bit of the language wherever you're traveling to, like the numbers, like how to count, how the money works, how it, you know, 200,000 converts into USD, so you know how much you spending on something. And then you also want to know like what's the best time of the year to travel. So Vietnam, I think in another month or so, the rainy season will be here. So it'll be like Florida kind of. It'll kind of just be beautiful sunshine and then boom, thunderstorm. Everybody running like roaches trying to, you know, get cover. Then maybe a stop. Then you back to sunshine and the beach is popping and everything. Then boom, another storm come right there. So it can do that back and forth. And this time of the year, it's that tropical weather stuff. So just know, find out what's the best time for you to travel to a region. Let me see, what's some questions real quick? Bring 5,000. Yeah, bring that money to me. Bring me that 4,000 so you can keep 1,000. What type of visa are you there on? Dang, that's kind of personal, yo. You know I'm on some extended stuff because I'm living here, all right? I ain't on no travel visa, you know. So through marriage, you got different kind of visas. And for those of y'all don't know what a visa is, that's the document that lets you get into a foreign nation. If they don't accept only a passport from your nation, you also need a travel visa. So travel visa for regular person doing vacation stuff lasts about 30 days in Vietnam. You have to go, you can always go pay more, even at the airport at I forget how you pronounce the airport in Saigon, Tanzania airport or whatever, the main airport is only one. So there they have where you can go to the passport desk and pay for another one. You just buy another 30 days. They stamp your passport, you buy another one. If you travel to Guam and got your passport stamped and then came back, that shows you wasn't in Vietnam, say a full 30 days, so your visa might still be good. If you wasn't there the full time, I'm not sure, but any U.S. territory, if you fly there and fly back, you actually, because like for America, so my wife on her green card visa, she can't be out of America more than 6 months. So the go around for that is we fly to Guam, which is a 5-hour flight. She stepped foot in Guam, USA, passport stamp, blah, blah, blah. That verifies that you came back to the US and then you go right back the next day to Vietnam. And then you don't have to go all the way to the US just to say, oh, I made it back to the US and then turn around. Because that's 22-hour flight the other way. So I'd rather go fly this 5, check out Guam real quick before they shoot some missiles off somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Just touch down, get a drink of coffee, stamp that passport, jump back on the plane, let's go. All right, so the visa thing, you got employment visas, you got work visas, you got fiance visa, you got travel visa, like vacation stuff. So there's different kinds of visas that you can get for Vietnam. Mine is through marriage visa, so mine's a 5-year visa. But I still can't, there's a go around for what I'm about to say too. Before, I would have to leave, I think every 90 days and go back to America or something. But now they have a different process because the fiance visa thing changed for Vietnam. I can get a stamp here and then that just extends my visa. So now they got to go around, so I don't have to go back just to do that. So that's a little bit about the visa. Y'all, Oreo cookies. Yo, y'all didn't think we had it over here. Sometimes I get some sweets, I get down. After I get my workout in, if I want to eat some sweets, that's when I did it. Yeah, they got Oreos over here. Well, I ain't seen no Doritos. Oreo cookies though, okay. KFC is here. But that's a little bit about the visa stuff. You check and see, the travel visa would be your most convenient. You can get that one fairly easy. I think it's about, I want to say, what did I pay? Well, my visa is different. The regular visa amount is somewhere around $100 for that 30-day travel visa. And all that is with your passport. Like I got my travel guy in Kansas City, Missouri, in the States. He's Vietnamese. He handles all my travel stuff, all my paperwork like that. So I will get his contact number if y'all need it. You will have to email me at majorsafetyteam@protonmail.com. And then I need to let him know that, yo, some people from YouTube might be calling you, hitting you up. But he can get your passport information and you text him a picture of your passport picture and all that stuff. And then I think you might have to send him, if I'm not mistaken, you may have to send him a couple of 2 or 3 of the passport photos, like you go get at Walgreens, go do those, right? And then ship that to him with the payment. Then boom, he gonna mail you back your visa. You tell him when you're going. So that way, because you want to book your ticket while your visa's still hot, because the days start ticking on your travel visa, from the time you get it, it's active. So if you don't go, then your visa will expire before you get there, so to speak. Now, if that happens, you can fix that in country over here, but you just got to pay more money. That's all. So, and it's not something out of, outer space amount. It'd be another $100 or $75 or whatever it is. The one thing I will say, make sure you do is when you get your visa, make sure there's a red stamp on there from the Vietnamese consulate. Without that red stamp, you're going to play heck trying to get in country. It happened to me. I had to pull the wife card. She Vietnamese. I got her on the phone, talked to the dude. He did something. I paid $75 and they fixed it. But they were about to send me back. You're going to have to go back on the plane. You're going to have to go back. You can't stay here. I was like, yeah, no, it came too far, paid too much money. I got to see my girl. That was at the time I don't even know if we was married. I think we was married. Yep, we was married or about to be or something like that. And I was like, no, I ain't going nowhere. I just got here, blah, blah, blah. He like, you have to go back to the plane. I will take you back to the plane. They ain't going to just put me on no plane and ship me back. How you going to do that? But that's what they were going to do. They wasn't going to let me in. So you got to make sure your travel documents are, you don't know what the accuracy of it's supposed to be if it's your first one, but you need to make sure your name is spelled right, the dates are correct, all the information that you can know about yourself, make sure that stuff is straight. And they always put at the Vietnamese consulate, they always put some red stamp on there to authorize that that's a valid document. So if you don't see no red stamp or blue or green or some color, almost look like a notary stamp, then you know your document's not complete. You can get it resolved before you get on the plane, because you won't be as savvy as me and be able to talk your way out like the Pink Panther. I can savoir faire over here. So I'll talk my way in and out of some stuff real quick. I always carry my credentials with me from the States. My company, I have fire safety and FSO, my FSO ID, all my credentials I keep with me everywhere I go in case I gotta pull my creds out to make, because they don't know if I'm U.S. government, they don't know what I am. So that's my credential right there. This is my agency, but it's very official. I have an official agency, and my volunteer stuff through FEMA. That's my other ID I keep with me. Do I like FEMA? I didn't say that. Do I have credentials through them from training? I do. What does that buy me? That buys me passage a lot of times because of my certifications that I have from years ago. This buys me passage through a lot of situations out there, okay? Even though it's a volunteer ID, it gets me through a lot of red tape. I will tell you that. That's why I keep this stuff with me. So there are ways to maneuver and move in and out of other countries. My fire badge, the one that I keep that says U.S. Fire Agency, and my other training badge, this one gets me through a lot of stuff. They're in awe about anybody from the U.S. that got some credentials. So way back when, I used to be a tactical instructor, Police Tactics Instructors Association of America. That's not a law enforcement entity. It is a private association of instructors with that name. So with that, with my certification, it's old certification, okay? I also have a badge, which I earned, I had to pay for it, but it's Police Tactics Instructors of America. The reason why I keep this with me is because when I'm flash this, it's not impersonating a police officer. I'm showing you that I'm an instructor. You just have to read it. What this does though, because it's a valid credential and I got the paperwork and the certification to back it up, I keep that with me too. That allows me to I've actually had to use this before. And when I did, it actually worked out in my favor big time, because instead of waiting in the line of 200 people, I was able to move up to the front through the, line, not the ambassador line, but the, I forget the other line they have for some VIP people. They let me through. How did that come about? Go through the metal detector. Oh, hey, what's that? I showed them. Next thing you know, boom. They don't know our stuff from America, so they just assume I'm some, diplomat or, the diplomatic line. Boom. It's happened a couple of times like that. So that's why I keep these credentials with me. That's why I was always in old videos telling people, get some certifications that allow you to create an ID for yourself, a valid looking ID that goes with your certification. FEMA is one of them because you could do online classes for search and rescue, for first responder, all kind of stuff. It used to be free. You might have to pay for it now. But those credentials overseas, just like platinum, I'm telling you, I know because I've been using mine. They from the States, but I use that stuff. It comes in handy when you get in a jam. It really does. So, because there's no universal system that I found where they can check your credentials or your stuff from America. They can't check and validate. It's not like, I'm gonna call the police department and see if you're a real cop or something. No, they can't do that. They're not gonna do that. I'm never pretending to be a cop as well, so I've never had that issue. But I'm just saying, there's no way for them to validate or check other than whatever credential you actually have on you. So anyway, that's just kind of a perk, I guess. It's not everybody's situation, but the information that gives you more data as to what type of world you're coming into. Whereas in America, they're gonna run you through the computer. Oh, no, you're not. And as a matter of fact, you're going to jail. Over here, they ain't running you through nothing. They don't have you in nothing yet. You're not in the computer. So there's nothing to run. Cop pull you over, police pull you over here. They more likely you got to get some of this. Here you go. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. Oh, okay. You paid your ticket on the street. Bye-bye. Or if they don't do that and they just trying to check to make sure your paperwork, it goes with your motorbike or whatever, that's about the only situation you would run into with the police over here. As a foreigner, if they don't speak English, the common rule, and you didn't really break no law, they just checking you, they just gonna let you go because they don't know what you're saying and you don't know what they saying. Just go, okay? So you're gonna be minus, you're gonna be plus a lot more money because you ain't gonna be coughing it up for some traffic tickets where you were speeding, you went and made a right turn on a no right turn or no left turn. That's not over here. None of that exists. So that's one less thing you would have to be concerned about, money leaving your pockets versus the States. It's a lot of pluses over here. Like I was telling y'all before, and y'all could come over here. This would be your opportunity. See, a lot of people don't even take this opportunity up. You travel from a different country. If you buy a phone over here, you can get a Vietnamese phone and we'll show you how to get it activated. You can pay per month by paying through your phone some kind of way. My wife does it. She can explain that to you. But if you have a Vietnamese phone, you have communications here in country. You don't even have to run your phone bill up from America or miss a bunch of calls or whatever. You can still use this over here to set up your business with. Because guess what? If you got a phone number in another country, you got a phone number in another country. You literally got a way for people to access you in that country now. And also you can market that phone number as a way to get business for yourself. That's just, it's a small thing, but most people ain't thinking about that because if you're gonna move over here and start a business, you would get a phone here. How much does it cost? You can pay $2,000 for uppity iPhone, some big time phone, that flip phone that opens up and bends backward and all that stuff. Or you can go pay, a couple $100s and get you Android, whatever. I got a couple of those. And so get you a cheap Android phone, it still works, internet. You're gonna pay about $5, $7 a month for your phone bill. Maybe $10 tops. That's like unlimited data. It's around $10 a month over here. So to pay your phone bill, you ain't gonna have to rob Peter to pay Paul over here. You just gonna cough up a little bit of money for your phone bill. If you was gonna rent an apartment over here, something nice, I'm talking about a nice apartment, or you looking at the beach, looking at the ocean out your window apartment, that kind of $500 a month, furnished, maybe, you know what I'm saying, $500 a month. So, but to buy that apartment might cost you 100 stack, 100,000, 120, 150. But the rent game over here is, in this area, a real nice apartment rent for $500 a month, fully furnished. All you gotta do is bring your clothes. So that's give you some more data. And it started out as, hey, brown people, black people moving to Vietnam. Yeah. Why? Because look at the price points. And it's not just black people only. It's still about economics. So whoever's trying to come into the region, you can rent something over here for literally $150 a month if you want to live in a room, a shared, they call it a homestay. You can rent something nice for $150 a month. You can go buy you a motorbike for $1,000, paid for. Transportation, the insurance on that for the whole year is like $6 for insurance on your motorbike. So now your gas in your motorbike costing you $3 a week to fill up, maybe $4 to fill up your tank every week. So in America, what are we doing? With all the vehicles I still got in America, if I'm rolling my company vehicles and stuff, this is $1,500 a month in just gasoline. Okay, over here, $20 for the month. In my car over here, I probably spend, gas is probably the same price. The difference is everything is so convenient here. Everything's on the street. So to go get some food or groceries or what, you can walk. To if you want to drive somewhere, you can. It's you're all bougie and everything like me, but if you just had to get on a bike and ride down the street, you could go get everything you need and come back. You don't even need to spend no money on gas. So in this culture, ain't nobody, if you ride on a bike, that's what they do here. They love riding bikes. It's no big deal to see bikes going everywhere. Ain't got no car, ain't got no motorbike, got a bike. You ain't being looked at no different than nothing. You just another person that's going down the street. There's nothing to feel good or bad about unless you just want to. It's just a bike. It's not he ain't got no money. He 40 years old and all he got is a bike. Ha, ha, ha. Very funny. No, that's like what everybody wants to be doing is getting more healthy. So they be riding bikes anyway. It's no big deal. That's actually smarter. You're riding your way. You're healthy. It's cheaper, but it's healthier. Getting exercise everywhere you go. Probably lose some weight, probably tone up and everything, just going to the store every day. So whole different culture, lifestyle over here, real laid back. Melanated folks, your kingdom awaits, Caucasian people, kind of the same thing. But I think a lot of white people I see, they just come vacation, have some fun, drink a lot of beer, eat a lot of food, and boom, they gone. A lot of other people that are here, they're teachers, they teach English or something. They in their little sects, they little groups like they would be doing in their country, doing that thing and staying away from everybody, So that's what they do. Vietnamese people, they just mind it. If you knew what they was talking about, they don't mind their own business. They be all up in your business too. But since you don't know what they're talking about, it don't really matter. They just look like they minding their own business. They might be gossiping about you and you don't know it. Who cares? I don't care. As long as you ain't stepping this way with nothing negative, I don't care. So outside of that, it's cheap to be here. So $1,000 a month, you're living swell. $1,000 a month. You're doing you paying your rent, you eating, drinking, having a little fun. I don't know how much money you might save by the end of the month. If you were very frugal, you'd be saving, a couple $100 a month. So you could live here for $1,000 a month, easily, less than that. But I'm just saying, with your appetites in these other nations, just like me from America, $1,000, you under poverty level. $1,000 this way, you like sitting back, going to the cafe every morning, chilling. If you had $1,000 worth of income coming every month, and you sold everything and moved over here, and all you have was $1,000 a month coming in from America, let's say, and then you transferring that to here every month, not only are you going to make, when you transfer, it's going to turn into a little more than $1,000 worth of money, but the environment that you're in, you're going to be able to live there with that $1,000 a month easily. So if you got more than that coming, you really can do swell, but you wouldn't even have to post up and work over here if you didn't want to. So those are just some ins and outs of what's going on, y'all, in other parts of the world. Africa, Uganda, Zimbabwe, all these other countries, y'all need to be checking that out too. I'm gonna post up over there in a minute too. Shoot, my Vietnamese wife, she gonna have to get some dreadlocks or something, get a little darker, kind of blend in before they drag her up out there. But hey, yo, over there, they building new spots over there. You can buy a new house, the government giving you land. They just help you set up your business. Yo, stop being so scared and go out there and find your pocket and get up in there, because I mean, either that or just deal with what you're going to be dealing with over there. Now, I know some people got loved ones that they can't leave the States because you got, a grandparent or somebody that you got to take care of, certain things. I understand that. So you got to do what you got to do. But for everybody that could do it, and like everybody that would like to do it and could do it, but thinks they can't do it, that's the difference from me and you 9 years ago. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go check this out. That's your initial launch of being able to do it one day, is to go check it out. That's what sets the wheels in motion, gets the momentum headed in the direction you need it to head into. Even if you wanted to come here for 10 days, 8 days, a week and a half, so you can get a feel for what's going on, that sets the wheels in motion right there. Just you getting your passport and your visa actually set the wheels in motion. You thinking about it is pointing a laser pointer, pointing in that direction. When you get the passport and your visa, you headed in that direction. It starts taking care of itself. It starts working for you on your behalf once you start the process. If you don't ever start the process, it's never going to materialize into anything except for, I wish I could. I wish is for things, you don't really want to put into motion, but you just got this dreamy idea that if I could, I would do it. Well, if you want to do it, you will do it. If you want to go get you a Coca-Cola right now and you only had 2 nickels to rub together, you would find a way to get more nickels so you get that Coca-Cola. So it's all user discretion. It's up to you. Yo, let me throw these specs on real quick, so I don't strain my eyes. Let's show you here. Oh wait, them's dirty. And read some of these comments as well as answer some questions. And if y'all have any questions for me, specifics, please let me know. All right. Got the Miss Cherry is sold. She getting a ticket tomorrow. Richard, I checked the plane price through cheap old airline. I found tickets for $1,200. So Richard from Ethiopia, he finds tickets. That's good data, $1,200 from the U.S. to Vietnam. So think about it, $1,200 round trip. That's $600 to get here, $600 to get back. You can't even go from the East Coast to the Midwest for $600 right about now. That's gonna cost you about $1,200 just to get from Georgia to Missouri. You know what I'm saying? So if you can get a ticket for $1,200 to come all the way over yonder, hey, that'd be worth just dropping down for a minute. That's a great investment. ABX Wing, was it easier to get established there using your spouse's connections? Absolutely. Yo, other than the 9 years I've been plugging, right? Absolutely. Because they laws over here set up mainly for Vietnamese people. They just recently started doing some pro-foreigner laws, like in the last 4 or 5 years maybe, where so now foreigners can purchase real estate here, but you can only own it for 50 years. There's special laws and stuff that, so what it is, they don't want China, you know what I'm saying, like coming up in America, buying up everything, and then now they own the whole country via, quick claim deed or deeds to land. So Vietnam, they want to make sure foreigners can't control. You got to respect that though. You and they country. So we're going to let you can own it for 50 years. Now, a lot of Americans be like, oh, dang, I can't even own it then. Look, you don't own nothing, no way. We just renting. So 50 years, if you already 45, 50, you really think you're gonna get that whole 50 out anyway? So that's just 50 years. It's just a term, you know, and then it goes back to the government literally after that. So unless you got a spouse here, national, then it would go to them, or you put it in their name, and then they would have access to that property if you pass or whatever. But if she owed or he owed anyway, it don't be gone anyway. Anyway, yeah, you much easier having a spouse or fiance or somebody here to help you navigate. It's much easier, but it's still not impossible in the least stretch of the imagination. It's not impossible to maneuver around yourself. Just take a little more time to get the data translated, and then where you understand what's going on. Once you learn the ropes, you're good, you know. ABX wing, freehold or leasehold? I don't know what that means, freehold or leasehold. Sound like slavitude or something, leasehold, freehold. If you're talking about real estate, you can chime in just a minute. Priest Brooklyn holding a master class right now. Oh, yeah, that's what's up, okay. Braxton and Sniffing, in this day and time, we need 2 or 3 decent paying careers to do all that. Someone will end up being in their 60s, time fully together, successful. Yes, if you're doing that in America, you're right. The way the playing field is made over there. So America had that first, American Dream thing, Industrial Revolution, this revolution, that one, so it's run its course. It's almost finished. It's a wrap. All of that has now moved over here to Southeast Asia. All the third world countries are where you want to be looking for opportunities now, because now it's their turn. That's just the simpleton's version of what's going on. Everything that used to be in America that was made there is now made over here. All the money and the resources that used to be in America is now over here. The great transfer of wealth already occurred when they started outsourcing all of the manufacturing in America to these other third world countries. See, now all of the resources are over. These people got money over here. You look, I seen a Lambo driving down. This is the first time I seen something like that over here where I'm at. I heard it from a long, it was a boom, 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 boom. You know that Lambo sound? Boom, boom, boom. That Ferrari sound. I was like, black man was like, hey, yo, who that? Seeing a yellow Lambo going down the beach. I was like, oh, they clowning now. If you go to Ho Chi Minh City, I've seen Ferraris, Lambos, Bentleys, they got all kind of crazy money going on up in there. How they get it? Well, some of it, might be under the table, but the rest of it, manufacturing. Them people got clothing, they make fabrics, textiles, they make all kinds of stuff. They got factories making all kinds of stuff. A lot of the factories in China shut down, they redoing them in Vietnam. So Vietnam is becoming more prosperous. What do they do with their money eventually? They use it for something. So now their culture start changing because, they want to buy a Lambo. They buy Mustangs. I saw a new Escalade going down, blacked out Escalade going down the street. Do you have any idea how much they paid to get that Escalade over here? The tax to bring imports into this country, automobiles, is double the price it costs. So if that new Escalade was already $130 in America, when it get here, it's $260. Them people ain't got no bank note for $260 to buy a car. These people paid for an Audi SUV. Be $100,000 over here. So they just driving down the street in $100,000 cars. The bank does fund them, will finance a portion of that, but they don't do no 100% financing nothing over here. So they might fund you 45%, 50%, but you gotta do the rest. So, but most people driving cars don't pay for that stuff over. So they doing it like that over here. Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. Look, in the village, you think they poor, they farmers, but guess what? They got cows and pigs and all kinds of, they don't have no mortgage either. These little concrete little huts with the bamboo on top, ain't no bank note. So at the end of the day, They just literally go do their farming, enjoy life, and don't have no payments. They don't have no payments. If they got a cell phone, they put money on their phone. They pay their electric. You know, my electric bill running the AC as much as I want to at my place. I think she told me last bill was like right at $100. Honey, it's too high. You keep turning the AC on. Honey, turn the AC on. I got to talk like a Vietnamese at the nail salon. Hey, you turn the AC on. It's too much money. That's how they sound when you're getting your nails done. All right, so that's $100, but that's running stuff all the time. And that's kind of high for them. Vietnamese people, they're like, no, it need to be like $50. So what's your bill in America? Bad boy be $300 a month for your, electric. Stuff like that. Maybe some states more in the summer if you're running heavy AC, depending on how big your spot is. So yeah, it's a whole bunch of this don't happen over here. Don't happen like that. I try to be funny, y'all, because you better laugh in this life. You need to laugh. You need to laugh. Let's see. Oh, somebody said, whatever. Get food from the malls if you're leery about foods on the street. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you can go if you don't like the street food scene and you're just like, oh, that just look a little creepy to me. I think I seen something moving in that plate. You just go to the mall. They got malls. They got high-end malls all around here too. So you can go to nice malls. You can go to they have markets everywhere on the street. Some people got where you buy all the fruits and vegetables. So you go to the cleanest spots. That's all you got, eyes. You got a nose too. So, you just go do your thing. But just know when you go overseas, most of the time, they do not put eggs in the refrigerator. They do not put eggs in the refrigerator. I repeat, most of the time, they leave their eggs out. Now, I've eaten those eggs, I've had eggs like that before, and I'm still here. I ain't get no salmonella, poisoning, and none of that. So the refrigerator thing is here. You can have refrigerators, but it's not a normal, you know what I'm saying? They sell meat on the street, no refrigeration. You just see the meat on the chopping block, and all day it'd be out there. Yeah. So some stuff, but guess what? Your refrigerator program is a program, because what was they doing before they had refrigerators? They was curing stuff with salt, smokehouses and stuff. So that's your refrigerator now. That's the difference. It's a program that keeps us from engaging in other people's cultures, because our program is so thick, it just takes over your whole being. So just know that every civilization or every country or every nation or whatever you want to call every tribe you go to, it depends on the programming. And then that's how they get their way of life from, is their programming. So yes, everybody don't do your programming and you don't do everybody else's. So that's just the way it be. Grab me then. Girl, get your stuff ready. Stop playing, Miss Cherry. I'll pick you up on 21st and Sycamore Street. Where you at? I'm on the way. Get your stuff ready. Yeah, they got girly pink thing. You come bring yourself over here. They got everything. You can open a pink shop. These people love makeup. They love, the women love the Korean culture. So you can get cosmetics and beauty stuff from Korea, open up a shop over here and be selling that stuff like hotcakes. They like their skin to stay white. So you buy all that bleach and stuff they like to use or whatever. They've been sold a program too. And you could have your own market where you the only brown person selling beauty stuff. Come on, man. From Korea? I got somebody in Korea right now that could hook you up with that kind of information, where to get the products from. So it's all kind of ways to do what you did over there, but over here you'll be doing it a little bit bigger. Once people get to know who you are and you put in the work, you'll have your own crowd that only know you, or the only one that does it like that, as opposed to America where everybody been cloned. You can't get outside of no other look other than, whatever the status quo is. So over here you get to do your own, you get to create your own lane, so to speak. Looking at a full year, how the season spread out. I don't understand, Rayvon. looking at a full year, how are the seasons spread out? Let's see, it's hot, extra hot, terribly hot, and then rain season. Well, that's how it is over here. What else? Let's see, one of the real, that's what's up. Thank you. Living Waters on you and your love. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm glad this is good information for you. Yeah, the culture is dope over here. Like I said, you can live how meager or how exclusive you want based on what you want to do. You know, what you're thinking you can't afford to be in another country, you already use that money for Starbucks, going to grab something through the drive-through, stuff they make you pay for just to live in America kind of stuff, and whatever else you blow money on that that's where you would be thriving in a whole nother country. Even Mexico, you could go to Mexico and get down. You just hours away from the U.S. border. You could roll up in a certain part. Don't let them fool you with this murder everywhere throughout Mexico. Not everywhere, okay? They got spots where you could go chill. It's tranquil, it's peaceful, ain't nothing going on too. So just depend on, they'll tell you that about Africa too. Oh, it's famine and people running around, ain't got no food. And there's spots like that anywhere in the world. But the rest of Africa, they making billionaires right now. These people getting money in Africa. They buying mansions and driving Lambos and they doing that in Africa big time. They about to actually do more because Africa taking back their resources from all the colonial powers now. They getting their stuff. They like, nope, no more. Nope, that's our oil. Nope, them our diamonds. No, that's our gold. They taking, they about to, Africa about to, I'm about to hook up with some, if you in Africa listening to me right now, we need to connect. You know what I'm saying? I need to know. I need to get in position. Because that's all this is, getting in position. There's about to be a lot of exchanges being made. I told y'all, they telling you this is the end of the world coming. Yeah, the old world is coming to an end. But right at that exchange and that cross intersection of things crossing over to the next new thing, that's where you make all your money. That's where you go, boom. You just get in position and let it come through you some. You don't need all the money in the world, but you might as well just be posted up somewhere and be like, oh yeah, the meter, we getting it now. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you're looking for, but you can't do that in a region that's on the downturn. They're not gonna let you. The spigot getting shut off over there, okay? You can just be there dealing with stuff, but the spigot getting turned off gradually, day by day. So I'm telling you, if I was you and you was me, well, if you was me, you would be on the other end of this phone talking to y'all, but I'm telling you, you should really think about investing in starting the transfer of energy by taking a trip to whatever region you want to take a trip to check it out. Whatever you got to do. Americans, you got more stuff in your house, more junk in your house. If you had a sale, you could get rid of stuff and put some money in your pocket to get that plane ticket. So ain't no excuses. Ain't no excuse unless you got a loved one that can't move or go with you and you got to take care of it. That's all. But everything else, if you don't have that situation, you need to go do your thing somewhere. Get it in, because they really turning the spigot off on the other side of the world over there. Richard, we waiting for you, Major. Come drink some coffee. Ethiopia. Yo, you know what, bro? Just email me what I need to do for a visa to come over there, and then I need an address, or I need what airport I'm coming into or whatever. Let me do some due diligence, and because I need to go to Ethiopia too. Yo, I'm serious. Like, I've been wanting to go to Ethiopia, and you just like, what? Probably 5 hours from me, maybe. It ain't that far. Jump on the plane. I'll probably get on a horse and ride up over there in about 2 days. So ain't that far. Priest Brooklyn got the passport in hand. All right, now you get the visa and get that ticket, and you ready to rock. If you come this way, oh yeah. Oh y'all, just know that healthcare is for Americans. If you need healthcare stuff, yo, you can come up over here and get some stuff did, like stuff you can't pay for in America. Yeah, so in Ho Chi Minh City, it's called American International Hospital. This spot, I've been there twice. Yo, everybody speak English. I don't know if you understand the gravity of these people, Vietnamese people, and all of them speak English, not just speak it. I tell them something in my natural talking, like I'm talking to you, and okay, sir, let me go ahead and let me get that fixed for you. Yo, not only that, this hospital is like the Taj Mahal of hospitals. Everything is so clean and so immaculate and so styled. It's styled like it feel like you in like a high-end club or something. It's a trip. Everything is coordinated. The architecture and everything is just so nice. The security is on point. Everywhere you go is clean. It looked like you go take a leak in the bathroom, and if you came right back, it looked like somebody cleaned it after you left. Like everything is just so clean. I'm like, yo, I don't care where I'm at in Vietnam. If something happened with me, y'all better get me over there. I don't care how long it takes, fly me up over there, I'm good. So full health evaluation on me, blood work, urine work and all that, analyzing all that stuff. Y'all know how much it cost me? Serious. No insurance stuff, just pay them. Of course, you pay in front too over here. You don't pay after the hospital. They ain't billing you. You pay before you go see the doctor. Whatever the fee is, you just pay. But my whole thing that day for those 2 days was roughly $110 US. That's for full blood workup, urine. What else was it? Put EKG on my heart. She did some other tests, blah, 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 blah. Full workup, about $110 with everything. Okay. Once I paid, I actually paid with my US bank card. You can pay with your US bank cards over here. And when you do, it's converting your US to their money. So if they say 2 million VND, which is $100, when you pay with your American bank card, you're using dollars. So it actually comes out to about $78 or $80 because your money's worth more than theirs. So it converts it. You actually get the same thing for less money in so many words. So on the conversion rate of the money. So that's another tip. You can use your credit card I use my debit card, MasterCard, Visa card to buy a lot of stuff over here because I'm debiting dollars and going into their money to buy my purchase. So if I buy some gold over here and it costs $2,000, if I pay with dollar, it might only really be costing me about $1,700. That just give you an example. You actually you make money on the conversion rate. So that's another thing to think about when you come over here. You can have some of their money on you, but wherever you can use a dollar and pay for it, like with a credit card, because you can't pay for stuff with US dollar here. You have to transfer your dollars. They won't take the dollar directly. They take their money. So you convert your money into their money, then you go shopping. But wherever they take credit cards, you using your dollar. So for each dollar, you still getting 23,500 worth of value over here. And so if I buy a pair of shoes that cost $100, I'm really getting them shoes for about $76 using dollar on my credit card. All right, so that's just, you get charged an international card fee, $1.50, $2, whatever it is per transaction. But if I'm saving $15 on the purchase or making $15, I don't care about no $1.50, credit card fee or whatever international fee. I could care less. So, let's see. Oh, who's this? ABX Wing. My wife has Lao heritage, but since she isn't a Lao national, the bureaucracy in that country is too heavy for us. Yeah, some countries like that. If you ain't married, if you're not a national there, because they got their laws specifically for their people, like it's conducive for their people to do business. Yes, me being married to a national gives me a lot of leeway. So yeah, that's a true statement right there. Real estate, freehold, leasehold, ABX wing. Yeah, on real estate, I don't know the terminology freehold or leasehold, but it's probably going to be a leasehold as far as a foreigner owning property here. But it doesn't mean that a foreigner can't rent property, can't lease. You can buy a property, but just know as a foreigner, you're going to have to, the law, you will have to sell it to another foreigner. You can't sell it to a Vietnamese. In certain situations, if you buy as a foreigner a condo overlooking the beach, they got them everywhere. I'm gonna show y'all on this next live or another video. It's a place called Maryland. If you look up maryland.com over here where I'm at, they building a whole city in the mountain right here. It's overlooking the water, so beautiful blue green color, and they building a mega city. Now most of the stuff they building, like you can buy an apartment right now, they're pre-built for like 100,000, some of them 150,000, but you right on the beach, ocean, and mountains are surrounding your whole, you're in the mountains on the beach. And you can buy an apartment, condo, they got villas they're gonna be selling. But right now they're just in pre-build phase. And I did a lot of video footage the other day. And there's some opportunities there to own some real estate in that spot. They got Hollywood Hills. They building villas up in the mountains. That's not a Vietnamese thing ever. They don't like building in the mountains. But this development, they are building spots in the mountains around this whole city. They got a Greg Norman golf course they're putting in. I see them, they're doing that. They got a water park. They got a 5-star hotel, Korean company is developing. Who is it? Hilton or one of the big hotel chains is developing a part of that area. Some more condos they're selling. It's such a huge thing they're doing there. It just is daunting just thinking about how much detail and stuff they're putting in there. They got storefronts, they got city blocks, they got an area called Canal Street. All these canals go down between the buildings, and then you walk over bridges. So they kind of made it look like Italy or something. You know what I'm saying? They're going crazy, and they do these kinds of developments are popping off all over Vietnam, not just here. But they building a lot of residential stuff right now, high-end stuff that you can jump into for $110,000, $150,000. You buy it, it's yours, you live there. But I think they got a build out time on the first phase of that first apartment building. It's 26 floors high. It's like 3 years from now. So it's kind of, you're a little risky going into some of that stuff. And you don't know what's gonna happen with the war and all that. But outside of that, it's a lot of great investment opportunities like that. Because as a foreigner, you can buy that stuff. If you got a company and you need somewhere to put that money before the end of the year gets here and you know who's going to take it, Uncle Sam going to be waiting on you if you don't disperse them funds before the end of the year, then there's ways that you can purchase stuff here, use that stuff to make money for travelers and tourists, right? But then the tax write-off is going to be huge in the States because you can do investment shipping in another country and still expense out on your company, on your corporate paperwork and your corporate side of things. You can expense out by dispersing funds by investing in other places as well. So I'm not a tax accountant. Check into that stuff first before you just go down the street with me and do it. But I have a corporate entity. I have 2 of them. And one of the things I do is invest in Vietnam. My company invests in Vietnam. So there you have it. You can transfer money here. I can teach you how to do that. I'll show you how to get it from there to here. You can open a bank account here as a foreigner. They're gonna make you fill out a W-9 form. You can then transfer money from your bank there while the SWIFT system still works. Transfer from there to here. Might be a little scary for you, but I've done it so many times. I mean, always do a test First, they charge you $50 every time you do a wire transfer from the States to here. I don't care. I'll send $500 and pay that $50 just to make sure everything's cool. Then whatever bigger amount, I go ahead and send it. I haven't had any issues all these years doing that. So there's ways to get your funds from the States over here so you can use it for investment, use it for vacation, whatever it is you're gonna do, okay? All right, so let's see. Yeah. Oh yeah, OB Bill's talking about Ghana. If you want welfare, America is your best place. But yeah, Ghana, yeah, you can go. Yeah, I can't sit, even if they was giving me $5,000 a month to go sit down in America, yo, my DNA just does not compute. I am not that kind of person. I'm a creator. So I gotta create, man. I might take that 5,000 and work it up into some other, large amount. But to be honest, I wouldn't take nothing from the gov over there, because they keeping track. They keeping track of who they giving it to and how much it is and how much you owe. You think welfare is for the well-being of you? Okay. That's how they'd be able to move you from spot to spot. Say, go here, go there. You can't stay there no more because that's not your district zoning. We send you money every month, and one of the bylaws of that is that if we need to relocate you, we can. If we need to do this, we can. Blah, 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 blah. That's how you lose your rights, by being lazy. That's how you lose your rights, by being lazy. Anyway, let's see. Asia, ABX Wing. Yeah, you can invest over here. Yep, your ABX Wing was sorry. I definitely still want to invest somewhere in Asia or Africa. Yeah, check it out, man. If that's, I don't know if it's man or woman, because I can't see your picture, but ABX Wing, I don't think a female would come up with that name, but I could be wrong. If you're a dude, you're a dude. If you're a female, you're a female. But look, if you invest in Southeast Asia, all I know is that Africa is going to be doing business, or is doing business, with Vietnam. A lot of other nations are doing manufacturing here. So there's a whole bunch to do here. And investment, I'm going to open up some stuff with my company over here. I'm just not going to do it right now until I get everything packaged up. Me trying to do everything by myself right now is a little, so I'm just taking my time, but I'll have some investment opportunities with real estate stuff. It'll just be for, it ain't gonna be for the masses, but it'll probably be for a couple of people that really want to get into it. They got to travel over here first. You can't invest with me. You can't, if you had $1 million right now to invest and you wanted it to perform and you putting it in the hands of Major, listen to me very clearly. I'm not going to take your investment until you travel here and touch ground and make sure that's what you want to do, because you ain't going to get out there and drag my name through the mud and, oh, I did this and he took off with the money. And no, I'm not the dude. I don't roll like that. Never, my energy ain't going to leave here like that. I don't need the money that bad. I'm good. But that's how it's got to roll. You got to touch down here. We got to break bread. We got to discuss some strategies for what you're trying to do and which way you want things to go. And then I'm going to let you know if those things can go that way for you or not, or we got to do A, B, C, E to get there, because you might be thinking A, B, C, D. Over here, nah, they skip the D and go to E. So, and in America, they do it the reverse. So you got to get over here, touch down, get a vacay in, kick it, see how you like it. Then we can do this investment stuff, get the strategies going. Because I don't want to break out a lot of information to people and then they start bothering me about, oh, Major, I got $12 to invest. What can I do? Listen, investing costs money. So if you ain't got 50, 60, 100 like 70, 65, 70,000 right now because of inflation. See, so you got to pull up with some change to make some things happen. They over here dropping 300,000-400,000 for a car. They over here dropping 200,000, 300 for a house, but it ain't going to the bank. So if you want to invest over here, you got to come with something. And if you don't have the something yet, it ain't too late to get it. Hustle time. That's all it is. You can hustle, get your bag together, come over here and deploy, and then add on top of that. That would be the goal. So let me go through these, make sure I have no other questions. Yeah, Living Waters, when you go to Nigeria and Ghana and Gambia, yo, give me some intel. I need to know. I need to know what's up. I want to do some investing in Africa for sure. Okay, cool. If you plan to visit Vietnam, make sure you hit me before you head this way. Oh, you got a bunch of Vietnamese friends? Cool, I need to meet them. That's what's up. Connections, networking. That's what we got to do. Yeah. So Rayvon Boykins, the yearly season, like towards the end of the year over here in Vietnam, it starts to turn into the rainy season, kind of like Africa, that tropical weather, hot most of the year, and then rain at the end of the year. So kind of just like that. Let's see. You kind of answered my question. Okay, yeah. It's about 2.5, maybe 3 months of the rainy season here. So that's how the duration of the rainy season is. Yeah, it's a lot of cool things going on over here. Dollar goes hot. Yeah. But I love you. Have not got it. Whoever's in America, just get your passport. Do that, because at any time they could be like, yo, it's gonna take 6 months to get, you got a lot of people trying to go places. So go on ahead and put in for yours now, invest in that. That's like a fallback security item anyway, in case you had to get out of the country on an emergency. You gotta have a passport. Invest in 50K and up. Okay, ABX Wing, yeah. If you invest 50K, it's a couple of things we can get into. You can buy into some stuff, you know what I'm saying? You might be able to, you could actually invest in a couple of pieces of land, but that's a long hold, couple of year hold before it pops up. That's how it works over here. But you can double up, a couple of year hold on some land holdings. You can put that money together on the streets in the city, doing some other types of businesses, legal businesses, of course, and work that up a little quicker. So if you're interested, some consulting stuff, hit me at majorsafetyteam at protonmail.com. majorsafetyteam at protonmail.com. All right, cool. All right, that's the end of the questions. Good, y'all done. Stop it, don't ask no more, I gotta go. All right, y'all. So that was a cool little live, little workshop. Get you more. Even those of you that aren't thinking you can do something, I'm here to tell you can. But this information kind of helps you go a little further into lining up your ideas, and so you got to suggest to yourself all the time. Practice suggesting to yourself daily what it is you want to happen. If coming to Vietnam is one of them things, every day you should be talking about, yo, I don't even know how it's gonna happen. It just need to happen, and I want it to happen. So something need to happen today. Keep working that suggestion up until enough energy gets put together that the suggestion starts to materialize and turn into the very thing you want. That's how I did it the first time. I'm serious. That's exactly how it played out. The money will pop in. Sometimes you don't know where it's coming. You don't have to know. But the suggesting to yourself on the constant is what you need to do, and it's going to create the energy for it to come directly to you in one form or fashion. Just don't leave out the details, and then don't put too many details in. So that's what I give you right now. Hour and 45 minutes. Y'all been hanging out. That's dope. Appreciate y'all. Hope I didn't make somebody not get to work in the morning because you ain't getting enough sleep tonight. But that's on you. You picked it. You chose this. So anyway, y'all, hit me up in the comments after this thing posts. Hit me on the email, majorsafetyteam at protonmail.com. If you need some consulting, I'm not consulting for relationships or, how to get your neighbor to stop arguing with you. I'm not a psychologist, but if you want to know how to move, groove, and thrive through some things, that's what you hit me up for. That's what I consider to be one of my specialties. And that can be backed up based on you see me in the element that I'm You know, I've done that for myself and I've arrived here. So I'm gonna do another live here shortly, not today, of course, but here soon. So I'll holler at y'all in just a hot second, get some rest before this next class comes in. We got English club class coming in at 3. And so let me chill out for a minute. Appreciate y'all hanging out. This is Major with another kind of cool video. And until the next one, peace.